Hello everyone! During our attack on the Broken Shore, we saw High Lord Tirion Fordring be obliterated by Felfire, but he did not die in that moment. Instead, he was taken by the Legion, and who knows what they did to him all that time, until Paladins figured out that Tirion might still be alive, and they went out to save him. During the Ashbringer artifact quest, we saw Balnazar trying to trap them and turn them into a puppet of the Legion, but his plans failed, and instead they ended up with the Ashbringer itself. Sadly, they did arrive too late to save Tirion, and his spirit became one with the light.
We must go to Light's Hope Chapel at once. High Lord Fordring deserves to be put to rest among the ancient heroes of the light buried there.
We must put High Lord Tirion to rest, and there's but one place suitable for a paladin of his caliber. That is the Light's Hope Sanctum, a secret bastion of the light hidden beneath our chapel. Paladins the world over will join us for this ceremony, and they must stand united behind a single leader. With Tyrion's passing, we are of course the one most worthy to wear the mantle of High Lord.
These fine men and women need a leader. Your deeds prove you are the clear choice to bear that burden. Come, I will address them on your behalf. Paladins of Azeroth, you've gathered to mourn the loss of High Lord Tirion Fordring. Many of you look to him as an ideal, the paragon of what we all strive to be. Let us observe a moment of silence for a great soldier, leader, and friend. In the light we are one, brother. Always. Inscribe your name into the Librum of Ancient Kings, so that we may begin the ceremony. You all know the noble deeds of the champion at my side. This hero has been chosen by the light to succeed Tirion as High Lord. Under our new leader, this order shall become a mighty weapon brought to bear against the Legion. We must stand together against the coming darkness. We must cast aside the shackles of race and kingdom. We must unite as one!
The Blood Knights stand by you, High Lord. Azeroth will not fall.
We pledge ourselves to your cause, High Lord. On this day, the Order of the Silver Hand is reborn. Together, Sargeras himself shall shudder at our might.
The Order of the Silver Hand is reborn on this day. This order was first established by Archbishop Alonsus Val and Uther the Lightbringer as they came up with the idea of Paladins. Years later, Arthas Menethil was accepted into the order, but suspended them when they refused to join him in the Purge of Stratholme. Despite his orders, the knights battled on, while some of them eventually fractured into two different factions, namely the Scarlet Crusade, who were corrupted from within by a dreadlord, and the Argent Dawn under the leadership of Maxwell Tyrosus. Arthas will once again have a hand in changing the factions. As he merged with the Lich King, he showed up at Light's Hope Chapel in an attempt to slay Tirion, and he failed. In turn, Tirion called for a union. The Argent Dawn and the Order of the Silver Hand, they came together as one to take the fight to Arthas and tear down the walls of Icecrown.
The Argent Crusade comes for you, Arthas!
And now, Tirion is gone. We have been given leadership, and the Order of the Silver Hand is back. Even the most nefarious Legion lords, they fear our presence on the battlefield, yet they are relentless, fashioning even more terrible horrors and fiends in hopes of countering our might. We must augment our power to maintain our edge over the enemy, and this altar, it holds within it the essence of the countless heroes of the light buried in these sacred halls. By placing a weapon upon the altar, we can imbue it with new strength.
May the place the blade on the altar when you are ready. The light will be our forge.
After doing so, it's about time to reintroduce ourselves to the Legion on the Broken Isles. We select the first point of attack, and we go out to show the demons our fancy new artifact, killing some of our enemies, while also making allies throughout the Broken Isles. After gaining a bit of experience, we're summoned back to the Order Hall, where Maxwell and Liadrin, they're ready to pledge their blades and lives to the cause as they become our first champions.
You can my life for the Silver Hand, High Lord.
I do relish a good fight.
The first task for the champions is critical. The storms above the Tomb of Sargeras, they're intensifying, and we send them out to keep an eye on the region and scour the area for possible survivors. Maxwell is able to find a few survivors who are now recovering within the chapel, and amongst them is Commander Ancila, a veteran paladin and trainer. She will allow us to recruit more squires, and these squires are sent out to Hearthglen, which has come under attack. A small demonic army, led by Ravgard Velatos, are fighting there. We must send aid to the citizens, and our efforts inspire Sir Elementic Greythorn to join us and offer his skills by improving the Order Hall. That's not all though, since during his expedition, Maxwell also saw with his own eyes an extraordinary luminescent object emerge from the Fellstorm. It fell down towards the coast of Suramar, cutting a swath through the Tempest itself, and from it he felt an incredible surge of power before it vanished beyond the horizon. We need to bring news of this immediately to Archmage Khadgar, who decides that this information, it must be spread to all the other Order Hall leaders, while we set out to investigate the matter further. As far as I know, this quest is available to every class to start learning more about the history of Illidan, what's going to happen with his story arc, while Paladins, they get a little bit more information.
There it is. Land at the shoreline and investigate. Somewhere in those murky waters is our mysterious object. Time to get your feet wet. It's not here. Those beasts must have dragged it into the cave. The search continues. There it is. The giant is holding it. There's only one way to separate a giant from its treasure. You know what to do. Excellent. Hurry back to Dalaran and meet me in the Chamber of the Guardian. Safe return, friend.
Azeroth, I pray that this, the final plea of the Army of the Light, has reached you intact. The 1,000 Years' War has reached its peak, but the nightmare is far from over. This vessel represents our ultimate sacrifice. It must reach the Prophet. He is the key. None of us asked for this burden, but it is what fate has deemed. Succeed, and the light may yet endure. Fail, and all worlds will burn.
We will not fail. Tirion.
Tirion lives, a paladin that found his connection to the light during the war against the Horde. He saw his friend and commander Annual Lothar fall in battle with Doomhammer, but instead of crumbling as the war chief had expected, the sons of Lothar, they rallied together and they brought the Horde to its knees. When the Dark Portal opened for a second time, they figured out that the Horde had not returned to try and claim Azeroth again. Instead, they were looking for artifacts which would enable them to make more portals to different worlds, and in turn, tried to bring the same pain and suffering as they had brought to Azeroth. Tirion was stunned to realize that there were more worlds besides Azeroth and Draenor. He had to protect them, but how could he possibly do so? So many who... The pounding of his heart suddenly paused, and in that place of pure brilliant light, he saw a figure, that light, the light itself. It hovered and glowed, gleaming as if its form was hard and crystalline, but also soft, unspeakably soft. Do not despair, came a voice like bells, like chimes, like the sigh of the ocean. The light is with you, we are with you. No matter how vast the darkness, light will scatter it. No matter what world, no matter what creature, the light is there, in that place, in that soul. Know this, and go forward with a joyful heart, Tirion. The light, most likely Anaru, spoke to Tirion, and he, together with Alleria Windrunner, Khadgar, Curdran Wildhammer, Danav Trollbane, and the Sons of Lothar, they all left behind what they knew, and they ventured forth through the Dark Portal to take the battle to the Horde, and prevent them from bringing suffering to countless of worlds. They were successful in preventing the Horde from invading more planets, but Ner'zhul was able to open up rifts all across Draenor. This caused the already corrupted planet to become incredibly unstable, and turn it into Outland as we know it today. Khadgar was forced to shut the Dark Dark Portal to prevent Azeroth from being destroyed with them, and for years the fate of our heroes was unknown. That is, until the Burning Crusade, where the Dark Portal reopened and we found them once again. We found Khadgar, we found Danav, Gurdren, even Arator, who was looking for his parents, but no sign of Valyria or Trevelyan. Not even Khadgar could tell us what happened to them, and for years fans speculated on where they could be. Loading tips hinted at them still being out there. Even on alternate Draenor we found hints of their presence, and the Marksmanship artifact questline, it tells us that time works differently so deep in the Nether. What is like years to us could have been centuries or millennia for Illyria and Trevelyan. Now the questline also hints at Illyria being a prisoner of the Legion for a while, but only her bow was found. If time truly moves differently and they've been out there for centuries, you have to wonder how a human like Trevelyan has survived for so long. Perhaps it was with the aid of the light and the Naru, but that's a question for another day. For now, we have this warning and we must uncover the object's sacred purpose. The prophet of whom Trevelyan spoke of, it's undoubtedly the leader of the draenei, Prophet Velen. That means that our journey takes us to Exodar, but as we arrive there, we find out that the Legion is already on the attack.
We make our last stand at the Vault of Lights. If you can make your way here, you will find sanctuary, although I cannot say for how long.
Did your vision foretell of this day, Prophet? Did you see our coming? I bring you a message from Kil'jaeden, to be served in the blood of your people. Justice will be met! A coward's death to these traitorous draenei! Mar their corpses, so the living may see the fate that awaits them!
Rakish. His name means butcher in Eredun. It is no coincidence that Kil'jaeden sent an Arator to slaughter my people. The deceiver revels in his creative punishments for those that dare defy him. Fate has delivered you to us in this most dire time, hero. While I sense that your mission is urgent, if we do not push back these invading demons, we will all perish. This barrier protecting my people requires all of my energy and focus. I am afraid you must venture into the demon-infested halls alone. Please, search for survivors and eliminate the Legion invasion point portals that you find across the Exodar. You must hurry. I do not know how much longer I can keep this barrier active.
Break your bodies upon the Prophet's barrier, minions. Soon it shall fall, and with it, the hopes of the draenei.
The fight is on. We cannot let the Exodar fall to the Legion. As we go around vanquishing demons and shutting down their portals, we also save some of the terrified citizens and we send them towards the protective barrier. Farsi and Obino and his forces, they were charged with evacuating the Crystal Hall, which is when they were separated from the main force. In the collapsed hall, we make our last stand as waves of demonic forces try to break us.
Karzak, I call upon you! Finish them!
Only by working together with these heroes have we won this day. Quickly, brethren, to the Vault of Lights! The Prophet needs our help!
Divinius, the champion has crushed the incursion. Now is the time to take the Chosen and finish off the leftover demonic taint within our halls. Secure the Exodar for our people once more.
As you command, Prophet.
We have but a moment. Rakish is still here somewhere, and he must be stopped if Velen's people are to find peace again. So we quickly show him why we came here in the first place, and we put the object on the ground.
Mother of Light! I'm sorry, I did not know. Champion, we have to go, now! I will explain on the way there. Inform me when you are prepared to leave, but please hurry. What you have brought to me is known as Light's Heart. It is the sentience core of the Naru Prime, Zira. Locked away within the core is wisdom, knowledge, crucial to our battle against the Burning Legion. Yet only a Naru born of Zira is capable of unlocking the core. This is why you were sent here. This is the true purpose of the Burning Legion's invasion of the Exodar. The last of Zira's line, Oros, sits unguarded in the heart of the Exodar. If they destroy Oros, the information within Light's heart will be lost forever.
For a prophet, you are doing a very poor job of making predictions. It makes music when you beat it. What a delightful creature. I will enjoy ending its existence.
Light, damn him! I will guide us to the heart of the vessel. Stay within my protective barrier as I cleanse the fell taint from the pathway. We have made it in time. By the grace and glory of the light, I will heal Oros. Then we will deal with Rakish. You have lost Rakish. Oros is renewed. And now you must answer for the atrocities you have committed.
Ah, the fated heroes have arrived. It would appear that you have bested me, Velen. But before I surrender and face the judgment of the light, there is one last thing I must do. Can you know victory without first knowing defeat? Come, fail, die!
Tyrosus and Liadrin, they show up out of nowhere, and Liadrin is more than willing to help out the Prophet and his people, since they in turn restored the Sunwell for her and the Blood Elves.
In my master's house smolder the burning husks of 1,000 worlds. I am here now to prepare a place for you amidst the ruin of tomorrow. You think you've won? You will know the taste of defeat, even if it means my own death. From the mouth of Argus comes your doom, for soon the Annihilator will have its fill and detonate with the force of a collapsing star. Nothing but ash will be left where we stand!
No. This is all wrong. I have been here before. But that would mean it cannot be! Heroes! We mustn't kill Rakish! Stop! Please! If you will not spare him, then I must stop you!
It will be your faces that I see in my last waking moments. A final agonizing memory before I am turned to ash and cast into oblivion. I welcome it.
You asked me if I foresaw this day, child. I did. And until this moment, I did not understand. In the time that is now just the whisper of a memory, I had a son. On the day of his birth, a vision came to me. In that vision, I saw myself weeping as I held a dying Arator in my arms. His skin fell-pocked and battle-scarred, like yours. But I buried that vision after Kil'jaeden took my family from me, and for eons let it be lost in the darkest recesses of my being. Now, finally, as I hold you in my arms, I understand. There is nothing left here for you, champion. Take Light's heart and return to Khadgar. Tell him that the Light died here this day. Farewell.
We came as soon as we were able. Thank the Light that you are safe, Prophet.
I am neither prophet nor pawn. Not any longer. Did Romul survive?
Grand Artificer Romul yet lives, sir.
Good. Find Romul. Tell him to begin repairs on the vessel. We are going home.
Kil'jaeden took the child from Velen, let Velen believe that the boy had been killed, then raised the child as an agent of the Burning Legion with the express purpose of murdering his own father. That bastard waited 13,000 years to exact vengeance upon Velen for defying Sargeras and the Legion. The deceiver indeed, but we must remain vigilant. For now, Light's heart remains in our possession, as Khadgar tells us to place it within the Order Hall. A force within Light's heart activates as we do, but it bears dark tidings. It's time to gather the leaders of our Order Hall for the War Council and discuss the situation.
Is it true that Tirion is alive?
Alive, we think. It appears his army suffered a great defeat at the hands of the Legion.
By the Light, what does that mean for Azeroth?
Arator. Son.
The vessel. It senses young Arator's presence.
If you can hear this, I have an important message. For ages, I have hunted the Burning Legion across the stars. In retribution, the dreadlord Balnazar has been sent to Azeroth to destroy all that I hold dear. You must gather the defenders of the light, Arator. Keep the light alive. Fight! Or all is lost. Farewell, son. Do not lose faith, for it is in the darkest moments that the light shines brightest.
You heard my father. We must act.
Agreed, Arator. Brothers and sisters, the time to stand united is now. We must follow the High Lord's leadership more than ever. What will it be, High Lord? What should we do next?
You have to wonder if Arator always knew that he was Superman, and if the light that Tirion communicated with in the novel Beyond the Dark Portal, if that light was actually Zera, the Naru Prime. Either way, we now get the choice of either hunt for Balnazar, seek allies under the light, defend against the demon invasions, or procure supplies for the army. As far as I can tell, the choice that you make here, it only affects the mission that you get on a mission board, the mission that you send your followers on, and not the rest of the major questline.
Good idea, High Lord. With additional allies of the light, our strength will be magnified.
After sending our followers out, we're told that our intel suggests that a high-ranking lieutenant, possibly the dreadlord Balnazar himself, masterminds the attacks in the region. This may be our chance to strike a blow at the Legion's leadership, so we meet up with Vindicator Boros, who's commanding our forces at the front. Anger has taken hold of Boros' heart. It seethes like smoldering coals. One stoke, and that anger will flare into a roaring flame. The Legion's attack on the Exodar was just the motivation that he needed. He has watched his brethren die for the very last time. Now, he will be the one who does the killing. He will have his justice. And to get his justice, he asked us to help him slay some demons in Feronar. And by helping, he of course means us doing all the work.
Dionys Akka, High Lord. Our scouts report that Balnazar is in this valley. We can corner him if we act quickly.
We don't know the strength of our enemy. Who knows what you're rushing into? Boros!
Boros has become retribution itself, but thankfully Julia, she stays cool and she focuses on what needs to be done. The fiendish imps in this region, they're an incessant pain on our allies defending the camps below. They are the spawn of a wicked imp mother named Mother Othram, and by destroying her, we will also end her brood as well. Next to that, we find orbs that are vital to the Legion's planning and strategy, so destroying them will severely damage their efforts.
Who's there? Jarvox. I sense intruders. Jarvox, stay alert. Protect the Codex of Command with your life. Do not fear, my lord. My demons will hunt down the intruders. Foolish paladins. I have captured one of your own. Too bad Lord Balnazar will not be here to see his demise.
I will never give in to you, demon!
Pitiful creatures! You'll die screaming!
Thank you, High Lord. I was blinded by revenge. So many paid for my foolish mistake. This is not the way of righteousness. And I see that now.
You are alive, Boros, and that is what matters. Come, let us return to Light's Hope Chapel.
A lesson that came at a high price, since the knights that followed Boros blindly, they're now all dead. His eyes are open though, and he chooses to live a path of righteousness and become our champion, and so thankfully does Julia.
Justice is on our side!
Fearless is my charge, High Lord. For the Order!
The Codex of Command to be found, it is important to Balnazar, but why? What exactly does it say? We're sure that we could gain valuable knowledge if we could just crack this code, and thankfully Epony Brightmane, she's a friend who might be able to help us. A priestess named Delos Moonfang, who joined the Alliance as they ventured through the red portal into alternate Draenor. She's been studying Eredun, the language of the demons, but it's been difficult to actually get her hands on written material. She's heard rumors of a book called the Fel Lexicon, written by an ancient scholar who spoke both Eredun and draenei. It is said that this book might be in the hands of a powerful prisoner who's currently in the Violet Hold, so we go in to ask the prisoner nicely if we could borrow his book, and we bring it back to her so that her work will go so much faster. Now, reading a demonic book is not as simple as opening it and reading it. Legion sigils will only reveal themselves in the presence of demonic blood. We need a large quantity of it, so our champions are sent out against the Burning Legion to collect 5 flasks of demonic blood. With the book, the blood and the codex, Delos does the thing, and she figures out that it contains detailed records of the Legion invasion force at Felblaze Ingress. They're planning to open a portal directly to the demon world of Nishara. This is quite serious. Delos will join us at Light's Hope Chapel as we inform our allies of what we have learned.
Go in peace. I still remember the way to the Light's Hope Chapel. I will meet you there. Ancestors, High Lord, you've returned, and with Delos. It has been too long, friend. Ishnu Allah, sister. Thank you for your warm welcome. Peace. The portal at Felblaze Ingress must be destroyed. With your permission, High Lord, Arator and I will deal with this. Allow me to accompany you, sister. I will send word to the Netherlight Temple and ask for reinforcements from the Priest Order.
We will gladly accept your help, Delos. The light is strongest when it shines together.
Now, they seem to be hinting at a massive friendship between Delos and Epony, right? But I couldn't find any previous stories, so if you know more about this, please let me know. Either way, the priest and the paladins are working together on this one, which means that not only did the priest get a copy of the Mage Arcane Artifact quest, they also got a bits and pieces of the Paladin Order Hall campaign. It became so bad while I was doing the priest one that later down the quest line, my priest was actually called High Lord, but these two forces, they do band together to fight against the Legion. They need a bit of time to prepare, so we're sent into the Blackrook Hold to deal with Ravencrest and the demonic forces there, and upon returning, they have some sobering news. There's been no word from the chieftain Epony Brightmane, young Arator, or priestess Delos Moonfang since they departed for Felblade Ingress. They fear the worst, and we need to know what happened to them, so it's time to go out in the field ourselves and find Epony's Librum, which details the events at the portal.
We arrived at Felblaze Ingress soon after leaving Light's Hope Chapel. This log bears witness to our journey. As she promised, Delos brought conclave priests to join the battle. Our forces are getting along well. The priests also seek Balnazar. Their leader, Prophet Velen, saw a vision of the dreadlord raining destruction upon Azeroth. The Legion does not yet suspect our presence. Their leader, Brood Queen Aramis, roams the camp each day. We attack tomorrow. May the light guide us. We underestimated the Legion's cunning. After we attacked, the portal blazed to life. Balnazar arrived and tore through our defenses. We are still alive, but they are taking us through the portal to their homeworld. What lies on the other side? I broke free for a moment. Please, if anyone finds this, you are our only hope of rescue.
On Nishara, we find out that our forces have been taken captive and the demonic jailer spoke of an upcoming invasion. Their army is gathering for something big and it worries Aponi greatly. We need to figure out what the Legion's planning while also saving our forces.
Delos, thank goodness you're alive.
You came back. I thought my end had finally come.
Never, my friend. The light stands together.
I will go ahead and help the others. We will get out of here together, sister.
Arator, are you still alive?
Yes, I'm all right. That imp mother was getting a little too close for comfort.
You should head back to the portal. The High Lord and I will take care of the rest. These are detailed travel logs. It appears the Legion has been scouring the twisting nether. But for what? I recognize this place. Is it Netherlight Temple? Is the Legion planning to invade the Priest Order Hall? That's the Prophet Velen. His life may be in great danger.
Are you here for him? You won't get past me! For ages we hunted the sanctuary known as Netherlight Temple. Hidden, was it, beneath our very noses? Finally, we sensed it. Holy light seeping through the twisting nether, blinding us. Now our armies will attack, and the temple will fall. And with it, the great prophet Velen. The temple will fall.
We stand together.
Who are you, stranger? You are not of the Legion.
We fight for the same side, warriors of light. Thank you for freeing me. The Legion army will soon attack Netherlight Temple. This sanctuary must be protected at all costs. I will bring allies to defend the temple, but they are far away. I need your help to fight the enemy until we can arrive.
The Legion is getting ready to attack Netherlight Temple and kill one of their greatest enemies. And not only that, we also discovered that the Nuff regime or the dreadlords, they don't only come in the dark manipulating version. Apparently one of them has found his way to the light and is working together with Tirion. A lot of you asked me what's going on here, and sadly the campaign doesn't really give any answers. For all we know, this could be a similar situation as we've seen in the Demon Hunter campaign with Lormus and Razalik the Defiler, but what we do know is that the Twisting Nether, it's an astral dimension that lies parallel with the Great Dark Beyond. The forces of both light and the void, they bleed together at the boundaries of the Twisting Nether, engulfing this realm in perpetual strife. We also know that the demons of the Twisting Nether embraced their furious passions and reveled in pushing the boundaries of their power, heedless of the consequences. Many of these aberrations indulged in the highly volatile energy that pervaded the Nether. Now some of them learned to wield the all-consuming powers of fel magic, some went into shadow, so perhaps one or more of them pushed their power to the boundaries, and they pushed themselves into the light. Who knows? Hopefully the next chapter of the campaign will actually explain more. For now though, let's return to base and inform the council of what happened.
Netherlight Temple is in danger. Together, Knights of the Silver Hand, we can make our final stand against Balnazar.
You would trust the words of that stranger? The one who looked like a dreadlord himself?
What if the stranger does not arrive as he promises? Can we count on his word?
It is a risk, but the temple will be vulnerable regardless. We should stand together.
Balnazar won't expect heavy resistance. It could be our chance to slay him once and for all.
I agree. They will not suspect our united force. We will have the upper hand.
High Lord, it seems we are all in agreement. But yours is the final word. What should we do?
We will prevail.
Take care of yourself.
It is decided then. The Order of the Silver Hand will stand with the Conclave. We will not yield the temple to the Legion. Beyond that, nothing is certain. Let us simply have faith that the light will answer.
Aponi Brightmane is thankful for her life, and she will be honored to fight by our side as she volunteers to become our champion.
The light will guide my hand, High Lord.
The other champion was quite a surprise and rather interesting, since it opens up the possibility of seeing more paladins in the future. As Della's Moonfang, now Night Elf Priestess, she's been wondering if she couldn't do more. Long has she followed the path of light, and for many years she studied under the Priestess of the Moon. Yet, she always felt her education incomplete and a yearning to know more. When she walked into our halls, she finally felt a spark of what was missing. She believes that a new path lies before her, and she wishes to become a Paladin of the Silver Hand. It's up to us to decide if we let her in or not, and since we welcome all those who wish to follow the path of the light, we invite her up to the altar of kings.
Thank you, High Lord. I am ready. Here, in the presence of eternal champions, I take this sacred oath to protect the weak, uphold justice, and walk the righteous path. I pledge my life to the Order of the Silver Hand, and join my brothers and sisters in humble service. With this vow, I am reborn, a warrior of light.
Delos is proud to begin the first step of this new journey. She vows to follow the guiding principles, to act honorable, to uphold what is righteous, to fight against injustice, and to celebrate with her new brothers and sisters of the Silver Hand. Under the light, we stand as one.
I will not let you down, High Lord.
Before we combine our forces and actually defend Netherlight Temple, there are just a few things to do first. First of all, requests for aid are pouring in from across the Broken Isles, so we must complete 30 world quests to fight the dangers in these dark times. To prepare for the battle ahead, we also need armor and weapons, and they've learned of Lumenstone, a rare metal that can negate magic, even fell magic. It is found in small quantities all over the Broken Isles, and many of the native races are using it in their own metal crafting, so we send out our followers to target our enemies and collect this material, which can then be forged into shatterproof weapons and armor. We will also require a powerful reagent to bind the magic in our newly forged weapons and armor, and a rare material that will do just the trick is the blood of Sargeras, so we collect some for the war efforts. We finish our task just in time, as the invasion of Netherlight Temple has begun. Our forces are already waiting on the other side of the portal, so we quickly move out to join them and close the trap around Lord Balnazar.
Paladins of the Silver Hand, rally to the High Lord! Attack!
Long we have searched for you, Prophet Velen. Here you thought yourself safe from the Legion's gaze. Now, finally, your soul is mine!
Balnazar, your arrogance is mighty, but Azeroth's heroes will stand against you.
As our forces are occupied, we get the pleasure of taking down Ogoroth and Toranai the Soul Eater, while also shutting down some of the portals from which demonic reinforcements are pouring in. Balnazar is powerful in his own right though, and he's not so easily vanquished.
Impressive, hero. Let us see how you do without your allies. Ugh! Enough! I tire of this game. Now, taste the true might of the Burning Legion!
Hold your ground! They won't take us down without a fight!
There are too many! It is no use. The Prophet's vision has come to pass.
Where is your light now, heroes?
Allies, do not despair. It is I, Lothraxion, High Commander of the Grand Army of the Light. On order of High Exarch Turalion, we came as fast as we could. I am sending reinforcements down to join you. Heroes, rally beneath the light. Balnazar, prepare to meet your end.
No, I will never be defeated!
We did it.
The dreadlord is dead.
Thank you, Paladins of the Silver Hand. A great enemy is defeated this day. We have shown the Legion that Azeroth will not fall quietly.
Prophet Velen, warriors of light, a well-earned victory. I expected nothing less from the heroes of Azeroth. High Lord, let us return to your order hall. We have much to discuss. Knights of the Silver Hand, today we achieved a great victory. We turned back the Burning Legion, protected our allies, and destroyed our enemies. When our wills were tested, we stood strong. Under our High Lord's leadership, we fought to the brink of oblivion and triumphed. To the High Lord and the Order of the Silver Hand!
Lofrexion and the Army of Light, they came through for us, and together we were able to banish Balnazar. The day is won, and we gained 2 more champions. Arator sees an exemplary leader in us, one who can still teach him much.
My parents would be proud of all that we have achieved. I will fight on for them, High Lord.
Even Lofrexion offers his services. He says, I am sure you have many questions, High Lord. It was fate that our paths crossed that day on nishara. I serve High Exarch Tirion and Lady Illyria Windrunner. Notice, by the way, that he mentions Illyria, which means that she's still out there, hopefully. When the Legion turns its armies toward Azeroth, I was sent here to help protect it. How I got to nishara, that's a tale for another time, but had it not been for you, I would still be Balnazar's prisoner. Now I can fulfill my original mission. Let me fight for you. Together, we will drive back the Burning Legion.
The light is everywhere. I welcome it, whether in glory or death.
We are brought together the Silver Hands like no High Lord has done before. We've shown them that with determination and faith in the Holy Light, we can overcome any challenge. Following in our example, our workmen have toiled hard to improve the Altar of Ancient Kings, allowing us to unlock the true potential of our weapon.
You can always High Lord, the weapon you wield on behalf of the Silver Hand is truly a wondrous instrument of righteous retribution. Through the victories achieved and resources gathered in your crusade against the darkness, we have the means to unlock even greater potency in your armament. Behold, as the Altar of Ancient Kings infuses the artifact you wield with power, making it mightier than ever before. You have ever been a champion of the light. Now you hold a weapon truly worthy of the noble cause you serve.
And that's where the Paladin Order Hall and pretty much the Priest one as well end for the moment. There's some really cool hints at things to come here with Illyria, Tirion and the Army of Light. Now, not everything is revealed right away, like what's the story behind Lofrexion, where are Illyria and Tirion, what have they been doing all this time, but I think that's actually a good thing. It makes you want to see the next chapter so much more. Those that have watched BlitzCon, you know where the journey is going to take us next, be it through the portal at the Tomb of Sargeras, or perhaps the Exodar and Velen, who are now ready for battle, or perhaps the link established by Illidan in the Illidan novel. There's definitely a journey ahead of us, and I can't wait to see where we're going to take this next. For now though, we've reached the end of the video, so thank you very much for watching everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!